Hello boys and girls, Great Ben here, and welcome to another episode of Revice Reviews. In the last episode, Sakura and her friend Ayaka were taken hostage, and Iki and Vice saved them and gained the power of Kamen Rider Den-O, in the form of a mammoth Vice stamp. Now with the recap out of the way, let's get on to the episode. The episode starts with Daiji asking Iki to sign the contract with Phoenix. Iki responds by saying he'll show up to a fight when a dead man shows up. Daiji, offended, says it isn't just a side gig, then blames Iki for Sakura getting kidnapped. Iki responds with the usual, "I'm busy with the bathhouse" excuse. But honestly, this scene makes me upset, just showing us how Iki only protects his family and not the entire world. I'm glad they resolved this in the episode. After stating that he isn't going to be Iki's errand boy anymore, Daiji tells Iki that he's going to find the missing Kong stamp. With Sakura, we see her walking to school and walking past Ayaka's house. We see Ayaka's mom and sister walk out of the house, and Sakura asks where Ayaka was, and Ayaka's mom, Taiko, says she thought Ayaka was at Sakura's place. At the villain's base, we learn that Gift needs 6 sacrifices for his revival. Then Oteka states not everyone has the potential to become a gift text like him and Julio. For some context, gift techs are the people who can transform from dead man to human, and the sacrifices that Gift needs for his revival. As Oteka explains to Julio, we see the cloaked figure, and we learn that most humans can barely even manage a Junia, so producing a dead man is pretty impressive. And by merging with one's dead man via advanced contract, can a human become a gift text? Aguilera reveals that there's no coming back from an advanced contract, so yeah. Cut to Sakura again, where her call finally gets through to Ayaka. Then Ayaka apologizes, saying that she didn't want to see her mom at the time. Then says that she might go to her sister's, Miharu's, live concert. And Sakura encourages the thought and suggests making up with her mom there. Then Ayaka hangs up, and we learn that she is the cloaked figure. Why she's doing this is still unknown. Cut to George's room outside his lab, where we see the Lion, Kamakiri, and Jackal Vice stamps, but also a black and white Vice stamp. But I digress. George then asks why Daiji wanted to use the currently unnamed driver. Daiji responds by saying he wants to protect people from the dead man himself. Then George says he needs to update himself, whatever that means. Cut to Miharu's concert, where she has an army of soups. Also, guess what? Taiko is recording the whole thing. Bruh, this isn't no school concert. Anyway, we see that Sakura is there probably to see Ayaka. Also, Iki is there as her bodyguard after what happened. Then Sakura teases Iki about Ayaka. Also, we have a funny scene with Vice. Then Ayaka shows up and asks her mom why she didn't answer her call when she was kidnapped. Taiko then answers by saying she didn't think it was that important. Then Ayaka has a flashback which states her mom will always put Miharu before her. And then she pulls out the Kong Vice stamp, recreates the Kong dead man, and we then learn that she made the Kong dead man the last time, and she hired the kidnapper, all for the attention of her mother. Okay. Then after Taiko cries monster to the Kong dead man, and Ayaka thinks she was talking about her. Then Daiji and the Phoenix team arrive, and Vice says he'll only fight if Iki shows him some love. Iki agrees, and they henshin to my favorite form, the mammoth form. Then the fight starts. Iki and Vice quickly gain the upper hand, and then a large amount of Junias appear. But they're no challenge for our heroes. Then a disguised Aguilera tells Ayaka to approve the advanced contract with the dead man, and she can proceed to the next stage. Aguilera then says she can become a child of Gift. You know, all cult-like. Anyway, Ayaka activates the advanced contract and becomes Kong Dead Man, Phase 2. And her new goal is to make her mother suffer. Then she then states that she is now a child of Gift, all cult-like. Then Aguilera tells Iki what Ayaka did. Then Ayaka takes Miharu captive, and Iki asks why is she doing this to her family. and then answers by saying not all families are happy ones. After this, Daiji takes Iki outside and asks him if the bathhouse was really that important now. They then have an argument afterwards. Iki then goes to his mom, and Daiji went there also, but Iki was in the room first, so he just listened in. Their mom says that Daiji is a softie, not wanting to hurt others or himself. Also, she tells Iki that he needs to be more empathetic and some other good advice. On his way out, Iki sees that Daiji left the Ptera Vice stamp on his bike. Iki's bike, not Daiji's bike. Cut to Daiji, we see that he also got the advice from his mom he was seeking. And Iki and Vice have a real conversation this time, and Iki thanks Vice. The next day, Ayaka has Miharu hanging over a large building demanding her mother. Then Iki gets on the scene with Taiko, and after some inspiring words from Iki, Ayaka lets Miharu go. Iki and Ayaka start to fight, and Vice doesn't engage in the fight because he knows this is Iki's fight. And with the opportunity, Taiko apologizes to Ayaka, but then Ayaka suddenly loses control and goes full berserk, and in the disperse of energy, Miharu falls, and then Iki uses the Ptera Vice stamp to save her. The Ptera form is based off of Kamen Rider Vice and his Excel form, which means he has super speed. And I have no idea why Vice is a hover machine now, but it does come in handy, and the suit's design is alright, but I still prefer the mammoth suit. But back in the episode. Using the power of Vice and the hover machine, they save Miharu and give chase to the out-of-control Ayaka. After getting a bird's eye view, Iki spots Ayaka and uses the Ptera remix, but since it doesn't change their forms, it doesn't get its own little segment. And then Iki uses the Rex stamping finish to both defeat and save Ayaka. And Vice was just spinning around during it. After this, Ayaka is in the Phoenix Recuperation Center with her mom. Then we cut to Iki as we see him signing the contract with Phoenix, and he gets the briefcase that holds the Revice driver, Rex, Eagle, Mammoth, and Ptera Vice stamp, and also the Proto-Megalodon Vice stamp, and a Gundaphone 50. Which Vice can inhabit? Wait, what? Also, Daiji said he would deal with the eviction, and the episode ends with Iki disappearing from a picture. Weird end, but okay. With the updated Vice Stamp Rally, the episode ends, and this might not be something I talk about a lot, but at the end of the preview, we see a new rider. Tell me your thoughts about this new rider. Do you think who do you think he might be? How powerful do you think he will be? And how do you think our heroes will deal with him? But anyway, I will see you all in the next episode on Tuesday. See ya!